Rap, how you doing, bud?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I know we're going to talk about Patriots Chiefs, but I want to start in Jacksonville. We thought this defense was elite. We've seen them be elite this year against the Patriots and shut down Tom Brady. And yet an offense that couldn't get out of its own way in Dallas put up 40 yesterday. What is happening to the Jags?
Well, I think we got two things happening. Let's start with the Cowboys, though. I mean, what we saw was 2016 Cowboys. We saw Dak runs. We saw a defense having to really account for him. And he's a good runner. I mean, not, a scramble to throw kind of guy. I mean, he is a legitimate good runner. And, them, a defense having to account for him makes it hard because Zeke is also pretty good. And, the fact that they don't quite have the weapons they would really need on offense, just as far as overall skill guys, means that they decided to utilize Dak like that, and it was hard. And I think, the Jaguars probably did not come in ready for that, and they looked bad doing it. I think that's one part of it. The other part of it is they are talented, obviously, but they have not been getting the quarterback like they need to. And, Jalen Ramsey's great on his post-game interview yesterday was not great, but as a player he's great. But the secondary needs to work in concert with the front seven, and it has not been the case. They have not been getting enough pressure. There haven't been enough easy picks, and somebody needs to help each other. And to me, I mean, this Jaguars defense looking bad was pretty stunning yesterday, being honest.
Absolutely stunning, considering we have not seen the Cowboys' offense explode like that, as you mentioned, in basically 2 years. I also was stunned by Adam Gase's comments after the game. I mean, he gets a win. They're 4-2. And he's still so snippy and so annoyed by questions about Tannehill. And to call your starting quarterback this guy seemed pretty dismissive of a starting quarterback. We never hear that from a coach who's starting quarterback. What's going on between Gase and Tannehill?
Yeah, I mean, look, Adam Gase is great. And he says what he thinks. Like, when he's pissed, he's going to tell you he's pissed. And some coaches are like that. And some coaches mask it better. And, he is very comfortable in his own skin. I think he didn't like how many people probably blew him up over the weekend with what's going on with the quarterback situation. There was literally no information coming out, and I think that probably drove a lot of us crazy. And I think him and everyone with the Dolphins probably got more phone calls than they were expecting. And I think he was annoyed about it. And, his answer was really good originally, but when the question came all the way back to the details of what happened, I think he's decided, you know what, I'd rather just not talk about it. Now, calling a quarterback thing, but to me, that's just the way he talks. And I think Armando Salguero, the reporter who asked the question, who has been known to rip a team or two when he feels like it, is probably going to recover nicely from the tongue lashing that he took.
Yeah, I agree. So you think, though, here's what I don't get. Do you think this is more an annoyance with the media line of questioning or an annoyance with Ryan Tannehill?
No, I do not get a sense that it's annoyance with Ryan Tannehill. I think the main annoyance, it's not like media questioning. I mean, I guess it sort of is, but I think it's really just everybody wanted answers. And you know what happens in our world. Like, quarterbacks listed as questionable. All anybody wants is yeah, he's questionable, but he's probably going to play. They couldn't say that. They knew he was going to work out Sunday morning. They just kind of rested his arm Friday, so it's not like they were expecting him not to start. I think if you had asked Gase Saturday afternoon, he probably would have said that Tannehill was the starter. So, but he didn't have a firm answer, and I think he was frustrated that everybody was asking and he didn't know. There's just sometimes you just don't know until he works out. So I think that's probably where the angst came.
Ian Rapoport, NFL Network, joins us here on the show. Glorious game last night, Chiefs and Patriots. And Chiefs put up a hell of a fight, and Patrick Mahomes did as well. But did that also cloud maybe some of the analysis today that the Patriots defense has huge holes in it? I mean, I know Mahomes is great, but you and I have covered the Patriots up close and personal for a long time. This is as bad of a Patriots defense as I've seen consistently, maybe ever under Belichick. What do you think?
Yeah, and I was actually, I've watched obviously a lot of Patriots games, but it's different when it's the only game on. I was surprised to see Jason McCourty out there as a starting corner.
Yeah.
He was a guy who got, was going to get cut by the Browns. There's some, it's definitely not the most talented unit they've had. Now, Dante Hightower, who's gotten a lot of criticism, was balling last night, looked great. That's helpful. But, losing Tyreek Hill, in zone coverage in the secondary, allowing the big touchdown, it's like, how does that happen? I mean, that's like the one guy you got to account for. So, there were a lot of problems there. This is not a complete team. They're not done yet. And they might not, we got the trade deadline coming up. They might not be done adding yet either. But I think the main thing is that anytime they have Tom Brady, they're going to be in the mix and they'll be okay.
What'd you think about Mahomes' performance on the road in that situation? Kind of tale of two halves. First half, a couple of interceptions, some bad decisions. Second half, awesome. So how do you grade out Mahomes overall?
I think awesome. Just overall incredible and awesome. And I know first half wasn't great, but he's a rookie or he's second-year guy getting his first snaps, real snaps. He's playing Bill Belichick. He's on the road. He's seen coverages he's never seen before. Playing against a defense that's doing everything they can to make him throw his arms up in the air. It's just, I thought he held up great. And the fact that they didn't panic, the game wasn't over, they came down methodically, just ripped the Patriots defense to shreds, was an unbelievable show of maturity. And I think, I probably like Patrick Mahomes more now than I did before Sunday.
Yeah, he just answers every question, doesn't he? I mean, he has touch, he has arm strength, he has composure, he can move out of the pocket, he can make throws on the run, he can make throws that you're not supposed to make. I mean, there's just nothing you can really grade down, maybe besides throwing into triple coverage, trying to do too much at the end of the half. But where's his real, where do you think his weakness is?
His weakness?
Yeah.
Hair, I guess. Look, you compare him to Darnold just by pure hair alone. I think Sam has gone a long way toward being a franchise quarterback. Mahomes, he's got the headband, which is cool. Yeah. I'm not used to seeing a franchise quarterback with a headband under his helmet. We all got to get used to that. I would say, honestly, I would say hair.
What's the real Ravens? The Ravens that we saw yesterday or the Ravens a week ago against the Browns?
That's a harder question than the last one. I think we need to figure that out. I think the Titans overachieved early on, so I'm not sure what they are. It's probably a better. Marcus Mariota did not play well. Had no time. The Ravens defense attacked and assaulted him. That is a salty group. Really good pass rush. Come at him from all sides, and I think the Ravens defense was legit. It's really just, does Flacco play good enough to win or not? Because I guess this defense is just going to bring like this all the time. And if that's the case, they're going to be in every single game. It's just, is Flacco good enough to lift them and be the franchise quarterback that he needs to be to avoid Lamar Jackson taking over?
Ian Rapoport, NFL Network, joins us. Final question about the Oakland Raiders. Is there buyer's remorse in Oakland for John Gruden?
I have not heard buyer's remorse. However, I cannot believe what's happening there.
Yeah.
I seriously can't believe it. They went from a 12-win team to a team that, really struggled and obviously didn't have a great year last year, to a complete dismantling. It's just been, I was not expecting this. You have first-rounders who are getting 0 defensive snaps, like Garyon Connolly. Carl Joseph's being shopped. That's not a surprise, but, still first-rounder. Apparently, Amari Cooper was involved in some trade discussions. All this talent. They looked like a team that was really bright and young with great talent just last year. It's like it's all gone bad, and I cannot believe that, it's going to be a complete rebuild. And look, John Gruden has 10 years on his contract. He might take all 10.
I lied. One last question. This could be 10 seconds for you. Will we see Kyle Lauletta starting for the Giants and benching Eli before Thanksgiving?
Maybe if they lose out, I guess it wouldn't hurt, but it does. I unless I'm crazy, I do not think the Giants are this bad. I think they're going to turn it around. Eli is what he is at this point, but he is better than he's shown. They've moved the ball well, just not great in the red zone. I think the Giants are going to be okay, and I would expect probably much more Eli going forward.
Ian Rapoport, NFL Network Insider. Follow him on Twitter @RapSheet. And most importantly, check out his podcast, which is awesome. He's the host of the Rap Sheet and Friends podcast, available every single week, places that podcasts are found. Rap Sheet and Friends. Ian Rapoport joining us. Thanks, Rap. Appreciate it, bud. I love your hair.
Yeah, of course, I have great hair. Thank you.
Okay.